Financials, cloud, catch up. It's Monkchips in 3 minutes. So we're doing this new show. I'm going to talk to you, going to give you all my reckons, but it's going to be in 3 minutes. Bite-sized chunks just for you. So last week was all about financials. We had some of the major companies that were all turning in their results. We had IBM, we had Intel, we had Microsoft, and we had EMC. So they're all talking about how they're doing in the marketplace. IBM. Market was not happy with what they turned in. The big point they made was that their strategic businesses, strategic imperatives, were in fact growing and growing significantly. The street wasn't happy with that. One thing I think that's really important to understand is there's definitely a transition at work. Under Ginny Rometty, there has been a real and substantive change in how IBM is constituting its businesses. I think the cognitive thing still needs to be more developer driven. We need to see the Watson APIs out there in order to have some sort of fire hose. But the cloud transition is happening. There's also some engineering work that needs to be done. It's never easy, the transitions aren't, but I think it's a company that's moving seemingly in the right direction. So let's take a look at EMC. So EMC announced a decline, a couple of percentage points to 5.5 billion. Again, this isn't great. One of its subsidiaries, VMware, I think is more interesting, turned in a set of results that the street really seemed to like. I couldn't work out whether that was because of the buyback that they were announcing or the underlying results, where there was a 5% growth in software. But basically, as expected, VMware looking a little bit better than EMC, but certainly not looking as good as it was perhaps 2 or 3 years ago. So Intel came right out of the gates and said it was going to cut 12,000 of its workforce by 2017. I think what was interesting there was, normally Wall Street's a pretty simple animal. You announce that you're cutting staff and the share price of the target company goes up. In Intel's case, this didn't happen. So the results didn't look great. Certainly the PC business continues to crater. On the other hand, there were some other bright spots there, but the street wasn't hearing it. Microsoft, meanwhile, its revenues fell 6% to $20.5 billion. What I think is interesting is the run rates for Microsoft in cloud. They're also claiming, somewhat similar to IBM, they're in that $10 billion range. One wouldn't necessarily have expected that they'd both be in that kind of ballpark at the moment. Obviously, I'm not the one doing the accounting, but it means we'll be able to track them in an interesting way going forward. What's the key point behind all of these results and financials that we're looking at today? It doesn't matter whether you're talking about chip hardware, servers, storage, networks, outsourcing. Across the board, we're seeing cloud is having an impact on all of these. I think this is the big difference. The cloud transformation is one to watch, and I guess RedMonk's going to be employed for a little while yet. I haven't spoken to you much about what we're doing. Great news today, new hire. Rachel Stevens is joining the company. She's based out of Denver. She's going to be epic. So lots to do, lots to watch. Keep up with us. And that was Monkchips in 3 minutes.